Karma Mini.
Arjuna uvacha kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam kim karma purushottama adhibhutam cha kim proktam adhidaivam kimuchyate. Arjuna inquired, O my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahm? What is the Self? What are fruitive activities? What is this material manifestation? And what are the demigods? Please explain this to me. Lord Krishna explained in the previous chapter, Jara marana mokshaya mam ashritya yatanti ye te brahma tadvidu kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. Those people who have finished all their impious reactions and are engaged in my devotional service, having taken complete shelter of me, they are endeavoring to get freedom from the process of birth and death. They are Brahm. Adhyatmam karma chakhilam te viduhu. They completely know about Adhyatma and Karma. So these technical terms Arjuna is asking here. They are called Brahm. What is the meaning of this Brahm? They know everything about Adhyatma and Karma. What is this Adhyatma and what is Karma? Same question he is continuing in the second verse also. Adhiyagyaha katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katham gyeyosi niyatatma bhihi. How does this Lord of Sacrifice live in the body? And in which part does he live, O Madhusudana? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? What is this Lord of Sacrifice, Adhiyagya? How does he live in this body? This term also Lord Krishna mentioned. Sadibhutadi daivam mam sadiyagyam chayevedu. So what is this Adhiyagya, the Lord of Sacrifice who sustains all the sacrifices? And it is known that he lives in our body. So where does he live? How does he live? These important technical questions Arjuna is asking. And he is asking, at the time of death, how will it be possible for us to know you? Because the body and mind situation could be very, very chaotic. It's a very troublesome time. And at the time of death, the entire life is preparation for death. One should be able to remember Krishna. Why is that? We will see in the coming verses. So how is it possible for an ordinary person? Because we are very much disturbed. It is very painful, the time of death, to remember Krishna. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Svabhavodhyatma Muchyate Bhut Bhavodbhava Karo Visargaha Karma Sangyitaha. The Supreme Lord said, the indestructible, transcendental living entity is called Brahm, and his eternal nature is called the Self. Action pertaining to the development of these material bodies is called karma or fruitive activities. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Kshara means that which is destructible. Akshara means something which is indestructible. Everything we see in the material world around us, it is destroyed. Our bodies are destroyed, houses are destroyed. Any substance matter, it eventually gets destroyed. Entire matter is subject to destruction. But something which is not destroyed ever, that is called Brahm. And what is that? That is spirit soul. And we think usually in our materialistic education, we have been trained to think this life is all in all, you enjoy. And thus people are under great stress to enjoy because there is no time, they have to do so much of work, and then they are getting old, and then they are in double whammy, what to do? Should I work or should I enjoy? And I have not enjoyed enough, I am going to die. If they have some failure in life, they get completely disturbed. If they get any physical problems, they get very much disturbed. This one life I have, and I've got this chronic disease in my body. I met with an accident, I could not crack good examinations, I could not have sufficient recognition in the society, I could not have good family members and whatnot. As soon as a person understands Brahma Bhuta, I am not the body, I am Brahm, Aham Brahmasmi, then he becomes completely undisturbed. Then he knows this life is just like a dream, a temporary situation. I am eternal, I am Brahm. So self should not be identified with body, that I am fit, I am unfit, I am white, I am black. Neither with the mind, I am intelligent, I am dull. These are all identifications of gross and subtle body, as we have seen in the previous chapter. So here Arjuna is asking, what is Adhyatma? What is self? So Krishna is telling, Swabhavo Adhyatmam Uchyate. The nature of the Brahm is actually self. The nature of body is not self. The nature of mind is not self. The nature of Brahm is the self. What is the nature of that Brahm, that spiritual substance? Every substance has got some nature. So the nature of that Brahm is Satchit Ananda. Brahm is eternal. Brahm is full of knowledge and Ananda. Brahm is full of bliss. So simply, if I am able to understand that I am Brahm, different from the body, I become completely self-realized, then our life is Satchidananda. We no longer take birth. There is no ignorance. There is all knowledge, and life is always blissful. Bhut bhavodbhava karo visargah karma sangyatah. What is karma? Bhut bhava udbhava karaha. That action which produces material bodies is called karma. So we are very fond of doing karma, but we do not understand this karma is the cause of all problems. It is creating more bodies. So simply action does not define that activity as karma, but any action. So Krishna has not told any action is called karma. The action which produces material bodies, that is called karma. Bhut bhavudbhava kara karma sangyataha. So that is why a person should be very, very careful. It is told in the Shastras. In Srimad Bhagavatam 11th Canto 9th chapter verse number 21, it is mentioned, Labdhva sudurlabham idam bahu sambhavante manushya marthadam anityam apiha dhiraha turnam yatet napatet anumrityu yavan nishreyasaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. So durlabham, durlabh means rare, so durlabh means very, very rare. This human form of life is a rare chance. Just like the student studies for an entire year, and then when he's sitting in the interview for getting a decent job, that is the most crucial time. At that time, if he is unconscious of his duty, then entire education is waste. So whatever he has studied for so many years, it is just so that he can perform at the time of interview. And this human form of life is that opportunity is very, very rare. So many lifetimes we have had, but this human form is very rare. There are Jalajanav Lakshani Sthavara Lakshvimshati, 9 lakh species of water, Navalakshani. Lakshvimshati, 20 lakh species are there, which are sthavar, which are immovable like trees and plants. Primyo Rudra Sankhyakai, 11 lakh species are those of insects. Pakshinam Dash Lakshanam, 10 lakh species are there of the birds. Who has counted? God has created all the species, so He has given the count in the Vedas. So these many species are there in the universe, and human form of life is very rare. So once we have got this, we should prepare very nicely. What is the final moment in this human form of time? That is death. So here also, if we want to get a position, then our abilities are tested. Now nobody can open our heart and check our consciousness and brain, how much capacity a person has got. So that is why they have some gross arrangement. You write down on a piece of paper. So ultimately they need to check our subtle body. Is this person intelligent or not? But they cannot read and see intelligence. Ordinary beings do not have such capacity. So that is why they have IQ test and logical ability test, reasoning tests, and then they have interviews. In this way they want to figure out, is this person honest, is this person committed, is this person having interpersonal skills, and so many qualities of the subtle body they want to check. Ultimately they want to have a person of suitable attitude, suitable consciousness. And nature, being the potency of Krishna, need not take such artificial external tests. Nature directly tests our consciousness at the time of death. If you are having good consciousness, your mind and senses are controlled, body is controlled, you will be given higher bodies in which there are greater powers invested with you. If a person who is corrupt is given powers, he will create chaos in the society, so nature will not give. Nature tests at the time of death the consciousness. Urdhva gacchanti sattvastha. If we have cultivated sattva guna in our life, that means avowedly being truthful, mind and senses are under control, simple living and high thinking, arjavam, forgiveness, tolerance, titiksha, all these qualities are there. Jnanam, Vijnanam, person has scientific knowledge, knowledge of the spirit soul, then such people are called Sattvic. And Urdhva Gacchanti, they are promoted to higher planetary systems, where the lifespan is very long, there are lot many more comforts as we have on this planet, and we are invested with insurmountable great powers of this material universe. So thus nature tests our consciousness, and if we lead our life the way most of the civilization is leading, ahar, nidra, bhay, maithunam, evacha, everybody is working very, very hard. Why we are working hard? So that I can have sex. This is the first choice. If we tell people do not have sex in your life, they will not be able to survive. Very, very difficult to control. Then eating, I want to eat. Nice arrangement for tongue satisfaction, belly satisfaction. And then measures for defense, ahar, nidra, and then nice place to sleep, nice big house I want to have. Animals also are working hard, running here and there for these 4 pillars only. So there is no difference between man and animals if both are working for these 4 pillars of life. Ahar, nidra, bhay, maithunam, evacha. So that is why in this verse in Bhagavatam it is being mentioned, Vishaya khalu sarvatasyat, human life do not waste for sense enjoyment. That is available in all the species of life. Dog also enjoys so much of sex openly on the street without any marriage. So if you want to enjoy sex pleasure, human life is not fit. How much you can enjoy? Body gets tired. So many other restrictions are there, social restrictions, physical restrictions. Animals, they have many times in an hour, some birds and other species. So if you want to have sex, you go and take an animal body. But human form of life is to develop your consciousness, purify your existence so that you can enjoy such happiness which animals cannot dream of, cannot enjoy. That is called Brahma Sukha, spiritual happiness. And there is no more acceptance of these miserable bodies. What is this body? This body is simply full of miseries. We invest so much of our time, energy in loving some people around us, and their death is sure. We are never going to meet them ever again. Is such a life very happy condition to live? We get so much of knowledge and wealth, all that is lost. Diseases are bound to come, death is bound to come. So it is full of misery. The intelligent person who has knowledge should take the guidance of scriptures and understand I am eternal. There is no need to take these material bodies, temporary bodies. So I want to revive my spiritual body, and that will be tested basis our consciousness at the time of death. So we should not do karmas. If we do karma, fruitive activity, we want to enjoy some material results, then our consciousness will be to enjoy the material nature, and thus nature will give another material body. But we should do akarma, actions directly under the direction of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, or his representative, the spiritual master. Such actions do not produce any results. So this can be simply done by taking shelter of spiritual master and knowing what is the direction of God given in the scriptures. And if we lead life according to that, understanding Lord's mission in this world, participate in that mission in our own capacity as educator and businessman, as a homemaker, or in whatever capacity. But in any capacity, we should participate in the mission of the Lord as per the direction we should add. Then such activities are called akarma. And the whole life, if you do very strictly akarma, then there is no more material body. So Arjuna has asked very nice question, what is this karma? And Krishna has answered, all those activities which produce material bodies, they are called karma. So we should be careful not to do karma, otherwise more bodies.